Can something be totally disgusting but erotic at the same time? I think the answer is yes. Today we're going to be talking about 2022's Swallowed, a body horror queer film. And without giving any major plot points away, the film follows two guys who get mixed up in a bad situation. So it is October now, and even though here where I currently am, it feels like it is the heart of the summer. And October is one of my favorite times of year, obviously because of Halloween and the horror elements. It is a genre that I really do cherish, and I love to talk about queer or gay horror. This movie, Swallow, definitely fits into that camp. So I've been watching a handful of David Cronenberg films, and if you're aware of the filmmaker David Cronenberg, he deals a lot in what is dubbed body horror. You know, elements that have to do with the human body and how disgusting and horrific that they can be. Now, I understand not everybody loves the horror genre. It could be a very divisive genre, especially one dealing with stuff that can be very disgusting and off-putting. And I will say, though, if you get very squeamish and you don't like things that are disgusting, maybe this movie is not for you. But for me, I am open to stuff like that. I was aware of this filmmaker, Carter Smith, before. I had heard him on podcast. And while I haven't seen all of his movies, I am aware of another gay movie he made and I watched a while ago called Jamie Marks is Dead. From what I've heard, he shifts between making, bigger budgeted films to making smaller indie type films. And Swallow definitely fits in the indie category. Now, like I always do, I'm not going to be talking about major spoilers. I will be giving you an overview of the movie, but if you consider just merely talking about certain elements of a movie to be spoilers, then go watch the movie and then come back. So this is a film that you feel like is really much in that, how do we make a movie for as lowest cost possible with still delivering all the goods that you want in a movie. So it being a low budget indie film, I overall really did enjoy it, knowing that there were probably a lot of limitations in terms of the script and what they can actually do, the amount of characters that can be in the film. So given the set of limitations, I think that Carter Smith does deliver a really entertaining, thrilling experience. The film has a lot of gay homoeroticism. I mean, the main character does spend a lot of time in his underwear, and there's just a lot of that imagery, and there is full frontal male nudity. If that offends you, I don't know why that should offend you. I mean, it's just the human body, but it's a strange balance because you're seeing things that can be, titillating, but at the same time, there are elements that are really repulsive. And it's a strange balance that you have to live with in your mind as you're watching this movie. And it was a really kind of special experience because of that, where these two things are battling. It's something you don't really see, especially in the gay genre. So right away, there's a conflict that sets up really quickly. We get one scene and then we immediately jumped into the conflict, and so the pacing kind of moves out in real time. So a lot of this movie takes place in one location, and it's shot in a square 4:3 aspect ratio, which helps the claustrophobia of the environment and feeling like we are trapped with these characters. The horrific effects in this are really well done because I wasn't really sure if there were practical effects or visual effects. Now, a big part of this movie deals with the friendship of the two main characters, and it's a very complicated relationship that they have, and I really do love some of the interesting character decisions that Carter put into one of these characters to create a more conflicted feeling, and later in the movie, those things pay off, I felt like. You might recognize some actors and actresses that are in this film. There is a actress who you might have seen in the film Donnie Darko, Gina Malone. She's been in a lot of other things. And at the heart of the film is another actor who is the star of the classic Freddy 2, Freddy's Revenge, which, if you don't know anything about that movie has later been reevaluated to be a big subtextual gay movie. Without giving anything away, there is an interesting dynamic that also happens with this character because usually we don't see very flamboyant feminine males be the villain in movies, and so just a different experience. Now, the pacing of the film, like I said, it has a really quick start, but once we get to what the film is actually about, it kind of slows down, and that's when this big bathroom scene takes place where we kind of feel the tension start to ramp up. And the way that Carter Smith builds tension here is very Hitchcockian in that we get to see certain elements that the audience are cued in on, which creates and exacerbates the tension. I think if you are open to horror movies and you like body horror movies, I would give this a shot. It's not like a level 10 in terms of like, you can't handle it type of horror. I think it's pretty digestible. Very poor choice of words. So let me know if you've already seen this movie or if you later check out this movie, and let me know if you actually liked it. But yeah, horror and gay stuff are two of my favorite things, so it was great to see those two be joined together here.